Hello guys and welcome to Confrontation. My name is Mo and today I'm going to watch Death Note episode 2. So last time on Death Note. Well, last episode we got introduced to the main character, Light Yagami. He's this honors student, top in the class, I think one of the top in the country as well. He was pretty much bored with his life and disgusted with the way that the crime has increased in his I don't know what to call it, town or district. And one day, pretty much when he was at school looking out the window, he pretty much saw a notebook falling, and after school he went to investigate it. He saw that it was written Death Note, and then it had all those rules in it, and he was like, it's probably fake. But he ended up taking it, and when he went home he looked into it. It pretty much had these set of rules regarding how to use it. Like, in order to actually kill someone, you have to A, know their name, and B, know what they look like. And pretty much while you're writing their name, imagine their face, and you have 40 seconds to pretty much put in a cause of death, I believe. Like, you can write gets hit by a train, by a car, falls, whatever. If you don't, then after 40 seconds, the cause of death would just be a heart attack. So I believe that's how, that's how it works. We also learned that there's Shinigami, I think I'm saying it right. They're basically the god of death. And we got introduced to Ryuk. That Death Note actually belonged to him, and he was pretty much bored with things in his world, so he just dropped that Death Note into Earth, and hoping that someone would find it, and basically so he can get some amusement out of it. So Light, he decided to test it out. Obviously he didn't think it was going to work, but he was like, let's try criminal. And at first it worked. He didn't want to believe it. He tried it again at the store with those bikers, and then he knew that he stumbled onto something that's actually real. So at first it looks like he was a little hesitant, or not hesitant, wasn't sure how to use it, because he was thinking about using it on a bully, thinking about using it on this person, that person. Eventually he decided to pretty much write down all the criminals that's known, all the major criminals. He gave them heart attacks, and the lesser ones he gave them like diseases and stuff like that. I was confused last episode of why, but you guys pointed out that he gave them heart attacks, so pretty much there would be a pattern. Like, if on the news all the major criminals are having heart attacks, that can't be a coincidence. So that's why he wants them to know that there's someone out there that's judging them and that's passing on a sentence to them. So that's pretty interesting. Ryuk, he came down and he met up with Light, and he pretty much explained the situation. Light, he was ready for the consequences, and Ryuk said there's no consequences. It's just that pretty much if you give up the Death Note, he would have to erase his memories, and when he dies, he can either go to heaven nor hell. So that's interesting. Also, only he can hear and see Ryuk. So even when his mother came in to check on him, she didn't see him. Light, he said he wants to be the god of Earth, so I'm not really sure what to think of that. Is it getting to his head? Is he gonna go down a spiral? What's gonna happen? Only one way to find out, guys. Let's check it out. Here we go.
Well then, we'll leave it at that for today.
So creepy.
How does it never end? How do you do this every day? It's so boring here. Hey, where you going? Hey, Light, are you listening to me?
Don't talk to me. Unlike you people can still hear me when I talk out loud.
Well, aren't you boring?
There was more violence across the city today. Another stabbing, this time at a restaurant in the heart of the Kabukicho district of Shinjuku. Following the exchange.
Rub them out.
Hey, Light. I'm talking to you.
What is it?
Why are you working so hard?
I can't afford to waste any time. I have a very small window to write names in this notebook. I only have from when I get home from school until I go to bed. I still need to sleep so I can maintain my average and stay at the top of my class.
Huh? Weird. Hey, Light, what's going on? Why is your door locked?
It's Sayu. What is it?
Can you help me with my homework?
Yeah, okay.
We're doing quadratic equations in math. Sorry to interrupt. I know you're studying right now, but I'm like the only person in my class who doesn't get this stuff. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Is that his neighbor?
I'd be careful if I were you. If anyone else touches that notebook you've got hidden in the drawer right now, they'll be able to see me too.
Oh, if they touch
He
it.
waits till now to mention that important detail?
Damn.
Shinigami.
What's wrong? Are you alright?
It's nothing.
Been 52 deaths that we're aware of, and that's just in the past week. Every single one of them involved a heart attack.
They were all criminals who were either being held in prison or who were wanted by police for outstanding crimes.
We need to confirm that these are indeed homicides and not coincidences.
How? Autopsy results show that in all of these cases, the victims died of a sudden heart attack.
Yeah. No way to actually prove
series of
it.
heart attacks is pointless. I don't see what else we can learn. Absolutely. If these people have been shot or stabbed, at least we'd have something to go on.
If that's the case, the Lucifer will have no choice but to bring in L.
L? Who the hell's L?
Chief, what's this L they're talking about?
Right. I forgot that it's your first time at this conference. We don't know L's real name or whereabouts. In fact, we still don't even know what he looks like.
Okay.
However, he's managed to solve every case he's ever taken on. And he's tackled some of the greatest mysteries this world has ever known.
Some big shot.
He hides in the shadows, but
Effective.
he's the best of the best. A last resort, our trump card.
But how the hell would he
extremely arrogant. I understand he'll only
figure it out
cases that
anyways?
he's personally interested in.
That's exactly right. Besides, we don't even know how to
He knows about
contact
the
him.
death note.
Hell is already on the move.
Is that L?
Gentlemen, L has already begun his investigation into these incidents.
What?
Huh? Who's that?
That man's the only known person who can contact L. Nobody knows his true identity either.
Maybe he is L.
Please be silent. L would now like to address the delegates.
Okay, maybe not.
Greetings to all of you at the ICPO. I am
CPO.
What are we doing here anyway? I don't understand why we're sneaking around this dump. Tell me.
Isn't it obvious? You told me that anyone who touches the Death Note will be able to see you. I can't afford to carry something this dangerous with me anymore.
Okay.
Up until now, I thought that if my family ever saw the notebook, I could tell them I was keeping records of various criminals in preparation for becoming a detective one day. But I'm walking a very fine line right now. I don't want to think about it, but if I make one mistake, I might end up killing my own family.
So what are you doing?
This case cannot be solved without the full cooperation of the ICPO. That is, all of the police organizations you represent throughout the world. You need to make the decision to fully support the investigation at this meeting. Also, I require additional cooperation from Japan's National Police Agency.
What? Why Japan in particular?
Whether the guilty party is an individual or a group, there's a strong possibility that they're Japanese. And even if they're not, we can be sure they're hiding in Japan.
That was easier to make than I thought it'd be.
Huh?
I don't get it.
Does
What
that
he
mean
did?
you were able to hide the notebook?
Yeah, I hid it right here in this drawer.
But it doesn't seem to be particularly well hidden. You left the key in the lock.
And that's the whole point. I intentionally left the key in the most noticeable place I could think of.
Isn't that just a regular diary?
That's what it is. I'm guessing that once most people find the diary inside my desk, that'll probably satisfy their curiosity. But the real key
Think so.
is this. Just an everyday item that you'd expect to find lying around on my desk. A regular ballpoint pen. And all I need is this part.
So that's the key.
Yeah. If you look closely, you'll find that there's a small hole underneath the drawer.
Okay.
Then you just insert this.
Oh, so it's under. It's not the diary. I thought he just covered up the death
A
note.
fake bottom. The diary will distract most people, so I doubt anyone will find it.
But that's not all.
Alright. Okay.
Even if someone figures out that there's a fake base, I've set things up so that there's no way they could get their hands on the notebook. You see, once the ink reservoir is inserted, it acts as an insulator, preventing the flow of electricity around this circuit. When the fake base of the drawer is put back, this piece of rubber also prevents the flow of electricity. However, if someone were to try and force the bottom of the drawer open, the circuit would connect, and that would ignite the gasoline contained in this thin plastic casing, instantly setting the notebook on fire.
Shit.
The way I've got it set up, all the evidence would be completely destroyed.
Like, can it be burned though?
If I'm ever questioned, I'll just say that I was hiding the real diary because I didn't want anyone to see it. It sounds like a pretty believable excuse. I mean, it is my diary after all.
I've heard of humans finding death notes in the past, and typically the biggest problem they have is finding a good place to hide it. But you, Light, you're probably the first to have given it this much thought.
Or the
Though it's a
smartest
pretty
one to
risky
find it.
setup from the look of it.
Tonight in the West Tokyo Penitentiary, Naoki Kurotayama, originally sentenced to 15 years for armed robbery, is reported to have died of a sudden heart attack at the age of 32.
So he's killing all
Recent
criminals,
death in a steadily growing number
not
of
just
cases.
murderers. He's killing
This is unbelievable. Criminals are
probably
dropping
drug
flies.
dealers,
It's a little scary, but at the same time, it's
armed
kind of
robbers.
cool.
Yeah, just make sure you don't do anything bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if the police were behind this.
No way. The police don't have that kind of power. Don't you know about him?
Huh? About who?
Kira. You know, Kira.
I wonder who's going to be killed next. Websites like this are popping up everywhere lately.
The legend of Kira the Savior. Huh. Sounds pretty cool. Is this about you?
Yeah, I think they've taken the name Kira from the English word killer. Can't say I'm too happy about that, but it looks like that's the name they've decided to give me. When I search the word Kira, I'm pulling up tons of sites just like this one. The media hasn't picked up on it. They're still calling this a succession of unexplained deaths among the world's most hardened criminals. But the people of the world can already sense that there's something happening. They know there's someone out
loving
there
it.
passing righteous judgment. Most are too afraid to support me as they're worried about what others will think. Many would rather deny my existence. But on the internet, where you can remain anonymous, support for Kira is growing.
Everyone
Maybe
is
people are afraid to
bolder
say
on
it
the
out
internet.
loud, but they all understand what's happening. Someone's making the bad guys disappear one by one. Those who have done no wrong are cheering for Kira in their hearts because they have nothing to fear, while those who have done wrong are on the run. They're forced to hide from an unknown enemy. This is how it should be. It's perfect. Everything is going just like I planned.
I don't know. Like, I agree with murderers being killed, rapists, etc., but armed robbers,
Oh, we have pizza. Okay.
We now take you live to the ICPO. I head up an international police task force which includes all member nations. I am Lynd L. Taylor, otherwise known as L.
oh
Who
shit,
is this guy?
hell?
So this is how it all begins.
But sir, I don't get it. He's
Why
never
would he make
actually
himself
shown his face
public?
before, right? Why would he choose to do it now?
It must mean L's serious about this.
Criminals around the world are being murdered by a serial killer. I consider this crime to be the most atrocious act of murder in history. I will not rest until the person or persons responsible are brought to justice.
I don't
Kira,
know.
I will hunt you down. I will find you.
He seems certain he'll catch you.
That fool. He'll never find me. He'll have to get this first. And as long as the police don't find it, there won't be any evidence to convict me. Which means that catching me will be absolutely impossible.
What you're doing right now is evil.
You think I'm evil? I am justice! I protect the innocent and those who fear evil! I'm the one who will become the god of a new world that everyone desires! All those who would oppose that god, they are the ones who are truly evil! I guess you're just too stupid, Bill. Too bad. This could have been a lot more interesting if you'd only been a bit smarter.
But he's not a criminal. Shit.
I'll show the world what happens when you cross me. The entire world is watching. L, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Damn.
What's wrong? You got nothing else to say?
I had to test this just in case, but I never thought it would actually happen. Kira, it seems you can kill people without having to be there in person.
Oh
I wouldn't have
shit.
believed it if I hadn't just witnessed it. Listen
So
to
that's
me,
not the
Kira.
real L.
If you did indeed kill Lynd L. Taylor, the man who you just saw die on television, I should tell you that he was an inmate whose execution was scheduled for today.
Okay, at least he was
That
a
was on
criminal.
me.
What?
The police arrested him in absolute secrecy, so you wouldn't have heard about him on TV or through the internet. It appears that not even you have access to information about these types of criminals.
He got you there.
But I assure you, L is real. I do exist. Now, try to kill me.
You
Damn.
bastard.
What's wrong? Hurry up.
What's going
Come
on?
on, right now.
It's
Kill
too
me.
far. Are you trying to kill yourself, El? What's going on?
Yeah.
Look, it's Kira versus Al. Live broadcast.
Come on, try to kill me. Well, Kira, it seems that you can't kill me after all.
Shit.
So there are some people you can't kill.
I didn't see that one
You've
coming.
given me a useful hint.
Let me return the favor. I'll tell you something that I think you'll find interesting. Although this was announced as a worldwide broadcast, the truth is, we are only broadcasting in the Kanto region of Japan. I had planned to broadcast this message
Oh
around
shit, now
the
he
world
knows the
to
area that he's
value,
in too.
but it looks like that won't be necessary. I now know where you are.
This L guy is pretty good.
Ryuk is
The
loving
police
it.
treated your first killing as an unrelated incident, but in actuality, the first of your victims was a suspect in Shinjuku. Of all the criminals that have recently died of heart attacks, this one's crime was by far the least serious. Furthermore,
Yeah,
his
that's
crime
the-
was
that's the
only
slip
ever
up right
reported
there.
inside Japan.
I used that information to deduce this much.
You are in Japan, and your first victim was little more than an experiment, which means that you haven't been killing for very long. We decided to broadcast in Kanto first because of its large population, and luckily we found you. You're too long now before I am able to sentence you to death.
Damn.
Al has certainly lived up to his reputation.
Uh-huh. He proved that Kira exists, but the deaths were murders, and that he is here in Japan.
Naturally, I'm very interested to know how you're able to commit these
I don't
murders
think
without
you would-
being present,
Exactly.
but I don't mind waiting a little bit longer.
You can answer all of my questions when I catch you.
As long as Light doesn't slip up again, he shouldn't be able to catch him.
He's going to sentence me to death? Sounds interesting. I accept your challenge, Al.
Ryuk
Each
is
of them has
loving
to hunt
it.
down the
Damn.
other without knowing the other's name or face. And the first one whose identity is revealed will die. Humans are so much fun.
Kira. I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding, and I will eliminate you. I am justice.
Damn. Okay, guys, that was Death Note episode 2. Heck of an episode. I really enjoyed the comparison at the end between L and Light. Both think that they're justice. I guess it's up to everyone's interpretation of who in fact is justice. So L, he's pretty much this mysterious guy that helps out solving cases without revealing who he is or where he is or whatever. I don't know if he does it just because he wants to do it, or does he get like payment, huge payments and stuff like that, or what's his motivation. So the ICPO, that's pretty much, I believe, like an organization of all of the, not all, but most of the major police departments and stuff like that in the world. And they were out pretty much what is the cause. Obviously the cause of death is heart attack, but who is causing these heart attacks? Is it some sort of organization? Is it murder? Is it a coincidence? What's going on? Well, I think L, he did prove that it's pretty much someone who's causing this. Also, there's this growing legend of Kira. They said it's from the word killer in English, and that's what the public is pretty much calling Light. At least the ones who are on his side, if you want to call that. Ryuk, I'm starting to really like him. He's really enjoying it. He's pretty much there just to get entertained, and he is entertained now. Another interesting thing that they mentioned, or Ryuk mentioned in this episode, was that I initially thought that you can only see Ryuk if you take possession of Death Note, like if you're the next person to write in it and stuff like that. But if you just touch it, then you can pretty much see Ryuk. So, shit, that's really interesting. But thankfully, Light, he's pretty much a genius in that contraption that he built in his desk that only he can open it, and if someone forces it open, then they pretty much end up getting burned, and the Death Note would be burned. Which I found interesting as well, is that the Death Note can pretty much just be destroyed by fire. At least we assume it can. Ryuk hasn't said otherwise. One more thing, like I said, it's up into everyone's interpretation of if Light is actually in the right or wrong. But I don't know, I'm on the fence. I think that his intentions are right, but I don't know, he's going down a dark path. Because, like, obviously, like, if you want to be political about it, then yeah, killing anyone is wrong. But at least he's trying to kill off criminals. But then where exactly, I don't know, how do you decide? If he's just a criminal, then that's it, he deserves death. Because he's killing murderers, obviously, and then you can make a case for a lot of other criminals, like rapists and stuff like that. But then he's killing off armed robbers as well, which I found interesting, because obviously robbery and stealing is wrong, but is it worth death? I'm not sure, because I don't feel like a murderer can be redeemed. That's just me. Especially with his intention is just to cause harm and kill. But I do feel like a robber can redeem himself. Like, maybe he was weak at the moment, maybe he needed the money or needed whatever. Maybe he was doing it for his children, maybe he was doing it for his wife, maybe there's a lot of reasons behind it, so I don't know how to feel about that. And what, is he gonna start killing people who gets a speeding ticket, or there's no joking about it, but drunk driving, they deserve to be in jail, but do they deserve to die? So, I don't know, it's a slippery slope. There's a lot of things left into everyone's interpretation of it. And even the guy on the TV, L, or he thought it was L, he killed him because he was coming after him. So he pretty much just killed him because he perceived him as a threat, not knowing that if he's a criminal or not, even though he turned out to be a criminal because it wasn't the real L. But I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely an awesome episode. I'm really enjoying Death Note. My expectations regarding it was, I wouldn't say high, but since I heard a lot of good things about it, I was like, this is going to be interesting, it's going to be good, at least, but this is really good. I I really can't wait to the next episode. As always, guys, leave me any comments. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Till next time, guys. Take it.